Hello, we are going to do a coatings how-to in this video, and I'm going to be showing you the new CC Evo 5-year ceramic coating. I'm going to show you how to apply it and talk about how good it is. CC Evo is the top of the range of our professional coatings. This is a 5-year coating. It's a 2-step, 2-layer. It takes a little bit longer to apply, but the results are amazing. So let's take you through what you get in the kit. In the box, you receive an instruction manual, okay, with many different languages. You get 2 cans of the base coat, okay. You get 4 coating applicators, and you get one large bottle of the gloss coat, okay. So I'm going to take you through how to apply this, but first of all, before applying any long-term sealant to a car, the paintwork must be prepared correctly. That means the full decontamination process has to be done, and then also claying and then polishing. It's impossible to do it without it. So if you're coating, you must polish. Even if it's only a light polish just to prepare the paint, like on a brand new car or whatever, although we know as professionals, sometimes a brand new car is not very brand new and they have marks and stuff. But even if the paint is already perfect, you must make a preparation with even the lightest polish just to prepare the paintwork for the coating. Once we've done that, we then take the SONAX Prepare, which is here, and this is paint safe solvent, and we can spray this on the cloth. Don't spray onto the panel of the car because it evaporates so quickly. By the time you get the cloth on there, it will be gone. And then we can just wipe down the area. You would go around the whole car and wipe down before applying the coating. So rather than doing bit by bit, wipe down the whole car, then it's done. Make sure you're using a very high quality cloth, like a SONAX soft touch cloth, because if I scratch it now, boy will I be angry, because I'm gonna have to polish again. So once we've done the wipe down of the whole vehicle, we can then start applying the coating. So I'm going to take a can of base coat, and I'm going to take 1 applicator. So the base coat, okay, we need to give this a good shake. Once we've done that, we will spray onto the applicator. Spray away from the vehicle, because any droplets will drop down. You can end up with high spots and a really ugly finish. So always spray away from the vehicle. We spray away, spray onto the applicator, okay, and then we will apply to the car. We will do a wet line around the outside, which is what I like to do, and then 1 across the middle, and then I can pour all of that material inside with your traditional crisscross effect. Very, very nice and steady, making sure that we're getting a very nice even coating. And there, once we've applied that, you need to leave that a minute or 2 just for that to flash off, for the solvent to evaporate, leaving the ceramic particles behind. You get like an oil slick effect on it. Comes out very, very quickly. But yeah, leave it a minute or 2 and then you can wipe off. A lot of people say, why is it in an aerosol, the base coat? The reason why is because it's highly reactive and it reacts with air and humidity. So it has to be in a pressurized container, otherwise it would cure just in a bottle, okay? The gloss coat is different, that's in a dripper bottle because that's not highly reactive, it reacts with the base coat and the clear coat. Whereas this one reacts with air, so it has to be in a pressurized container. If it was in a dripper bottle, it would just go off because there's air inside of it. So that's why. It's a question we always get asked, so I thought I would address that right now. So I'm gonna leave that for just a bit longer and I'll be back. Time to wipe off. I'm using a SONAX coating towel. I wanna be very, very gentle when removing this because the particles are very fragile. So small circles, no pressure on the towel, just let the towel do its job. So make sure this is a high quality towel, because if it's a used one or whatever, then you can easily scratch or it'd be difficult to remove and you can cause yourself problems. The base coat is super easy to wipe off. You can leave it a few minutes, but even if you leave it too long, it still comes off so easy and levels just lovely. If you do get any problems, just reapply the base coat, reapply to the applicator, reapply, that will reactivate the coating and then you can remove. So it really is super simple to use. Once we've done that, we must wait 1 hour before we apply the gloss coat. Now if you're doing a car, you know, in 2 foot by 2 foot squares, like we'd split this bonnet into 4, doing the base coat, by the time you've got around the car with those areas, it's going to be around about an hour. So I would just normally set a timer when I start, and then I know roughly when it's an hour, and I can start back where I started previously with the base coat and just start applying the gloss coat. We're not going to wait an hour because well, you'd have to stand there and watch me just standing here for an hour. So we're going to crack on and show you how to apply the gloss coat. I'm going to take the gloss coat and do the lid. I'm going to take another coatings applicator. Okay, and then we're just going to apply some droplets to it. And then we're going to apply it in exactly the same way as the base coat. Wet line around the outside, line across the middle, and then we crisscross from there. Just making sure that we don't miss anywhere by going one way and then the other. Making sure you're spreading a nice, even, thin layer. You don't need too much on the applicator. The paint can only absorb so much product. So if you put too much on, you're just wiping loads off. Once I'm happy with a nice thin layer, we can now leave that for a few minutes. Because our coatings react with air, it means that humidity is a big factor. So if it's a hot and humid day, then the coating times for curing will be a lot less. If it's a cold day, then you need to leave them a little bit longer. You can always tell with wipe off. If they're difficult to wipe off, you know, very sticky, very hard to remove, you've waited too long. So just reactivate the coating by reapplying and then wait less time, okay? And vice versa. If it's not dry and it's just smearing and it looks like you're just spreading it all around, you haven't waited long enough. So just reapply, wait longer. It really is easy to use. That's the main thing with our coatings, ease of use. Because you professionals, it's a difficult job, you know, but time and money, you know, time is money, so it's a big factor. So ease of use and quick processing. Talking about money, this coating works out very, very cheap because this is actually a kit for 2 to 3 vehicles. So you will be able to do probably nearly 3 normal size vehicles, you know, or 2 large vehicles. So it's fantastic value for money, you know, price versus performance. It's a 5-year coating, as I explained, I think before. So it really is amazing, high quality, high performance, but low cost for you as a professional. So I'm going to leave that a minute or two and I'll be back again. Time to wipe off. Using a SONAX coating towel and a fresh one. I'm not going to use the same one I used for the base coat. I'm going to use a fresh one. And just again, very, very gently, small circles, just to remove. Keep turning the cloth, as that way you'll be able to level better. And a good tip is always to have what I like to call a wet cloth and then a dry cloth. So this would be my wet one because this is what I'm going to do the majority of wiping off with. And then I'll grab another one for my final wipes just to make sure that I've, you know, leveled it nicely and there's no smears. That way, like I say, as you go around a car, your wet one will become saturated. It'll be even more difficult to get level finish. That's why if you take a fresh one, just as your last final wipe, you can get the majority off with this one and then just do your nice final wipe to level. It just makes much more sense than trying to get it all off with one cloth. Now that's removed, you need to let that sit for 4 hours in a dry, clean environment, preferably indoors. It's again a temperature sensitive coating because it uses air and humidity. So minimum 10 degrees, 20 to 30 degrees is best. So indoors, nice temperature controlled environment, 4 hours, and then the vehicle could be driven or get wet. Very, very simple to use. That's a 5-year coating, 2-layer. It's amazing. Can't wash the car for 7 days, as that's how long it takes to fully harden and cure. So we want to avoid mechanical and chemical damage in those 7 days. So don't wash it. The car can get dirty, can get wet, it's no problem, but we must wait 7 days until it's washed. Maintain it in the same way that you maintain our other coatings with the ceramic shampoo, ceramic detailer, just to help keep it top up, or even hypercoat, especially for professionals. Topping up with hypercoat, so cost effective. And that's it. Simple. 2 steps, 5-year coating, amazing gloss, amazing slickness. It's just fantastic. Thanks for watching, guys. We have plenty more videos on our channel, especially about our other coatings if you want to see how to apply them. Leave a comment if you have any questions or anything and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Again, thanks for watching. Hit the like button, hit subscribe because it helps, and I will see you in another video.